I got a friend that started buying cryptocurrency about 10 years ago. And a lot of people have told him multiple times over the years, you are so lucky. You're so lucky to have been able to buy cryptocurrency 10 years ago. And his response is always the same. I did hundreds of hours of research. I invested tens of thousands of dollars in a super risky market that no one else was willing to invest in. I held through 2 multi-year bear markets in which I watched my investment decrease by 80%. And now 10 years later, you want to tell me I'm lucky? Luck had nothing to do with it. Welcome to the Cryptosphere. My name is Cryptogenic. I've been called the Bishop of Bitcoin because I offer more than mere technical analysis on this channel. What I offer are insights based on crypto charts that can empower you to live at a higher level of life. In today's video, we're going to talk about the one reason why people lose money in the crypto market and how to protect yours. So please stick around to the end of this video to get the whole picture of what I'm talking about in today's video. But before we go further, I want to give a shout out to the members of my Patreon community. I appreciate each and every one of them. They make it possible for me to do what I do. So thank you to each and every one of you. All right, let's get to our subject today. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I am simply telling you what I see and what I think. The primary reason, the one reason, the only reason really why people lose money in the crypto market, and you hear about it all the time. This person lost tens of thousands of dollars in the crypto market. People lose money in the crypto market because they're not willing to pay the true price of crypto. Rudyard Kipling said that if you don't get what you want, you either didn't want it or you weren't willing to pay the price for it, or you were trying to renegotiate the price. The true price of crypto, people think, is the cost of the asset when you buy it. That has nothing to do with, well, that's only one component of the price of investing in crypto. The true price of investing in crypto is, number one, the cost of the asset when you buy it. And number two, the cost of waiting for that asset to become profitable, which could take years, and sometimes it does take years. In other words, there is no way of escaping the risk associated with buying cryptocurrency. There's the old adage that if you buy it, it's going to tank, and if you don't buy it, it's going to explode. My wife asked me yesterday, what do you think we should do? Should we take some of our assets out? Should we sell our crypto? I said, well, the moment we do, it's going to explode. But if we don't, it's probably going to crash. And she laughed and I laughed and we both laughed because that's the truth. That's a part of the price. And the concept is, if you cannot hold through an 80% bear market, if you cannot tolerate an 80% bear market, you don't deserve a 2,000% bull market. That's the price of crypto. Crypto will give you a 2,000% bull market, but first it may give you an 80% bear market. And if you're not willing to pay that true price of waiting for your asset to be profitable, you're trying to renegotiate the price, and that's why you're not getting what you want. I had a friend who bought Bitcoin back in 2019, 2020, when it was at like $11,000, and then he sold it at $8,000 because he said he was losing too much money. But then he bought it back again at $6,000 and then sold it again at $5,000 because he was losing too much money. And at that time, he walked away with probably $10,000, $11,000 loss. And we all know what happened. It went down to $3,900 and then exploded in the next couple of years up to $69,000. All he had to do was nothing, but he wasn't willing to pay the price. And I suffered heavy losses in 2017 for that same reason. I simply was not willing to pay the price. And what I had to learn was how to pay the price. Now we're going to talk about how to protect your money as well. So please stick around to the end of this video so that I can get to that and lay this out fully for you. First of all, let's take a look at this Bitcoin chart and see where we are. Okay. This is a weekly chart. This is the macro picture. This goes all the way back to January of 2021. This is the beginning of 2021, okay? And we see what we've done, right? We had this huge bull market, and then boom, a little miniature bear market, and then boom, another little bull market, miniature bull market, and now we've had this extended bear market. All right, the top of this here was November 8th of 2021, and it's been all downhill from there. Where are we sitting right now? We're sitting at $19,050, so just over the 19,000 mark. And the question is, are we in recovery or is it going to dump? Are we in recovery or is it going to dump? Well, we're not in a place in which there are clear indicators that can tell us for certain one way or another. But if we look at the Dow Jones Industrial that we've looked at, as we've recognized that the crypto market follows the stock market, the Dow has made a lower low. It's taken out its June low, which indicates that the stock market could be in an impulsive bearish wave, which could take the stock market all the way down to test the bottom of this trend line and maybe even break below it. However, if we look at the DJI on the weekly chart, we see a couple of things that are hopeful. So the bearish indicator is that we took out June's low and we broke down from the trend. So two things. One, we broke beneath this trend line, and two, we took out June's low. But then there's the bullish indicator. We're making a higher low in the RSI and a lower low in the price, which is hidden bullish divergence. Okay? So if the bearish scenario plays out, this is an impulsive wave that will tank the market for the foreseeable future. But if the bullish scenario plays out, the market will bounce and recover early this week. I wrote this last week and put it on my Patreon wall. The market will bounce and recover early this week. And it may move sideways through the end of the year and prepare for the next bull run. But we should see a recovery this week if the bullish scenario plays out. Well, what does that mean for Bitcoin? What that means for Bitcoin is if we're looking at an impulsive wave here on the DJI, and it's coming back down to test this low here back in October, and if it breaks beneath it, coming all the way down to test the bottom of this line here, right? If that is the case, then we're going to see Bitcoin break down beneath the 300-week moving average and test the bottom of this trend. Matter of fact, we're actually more clearly in this trend right now than we are in this trend right now. I should make this one the dotted line, right? Oops, what am I doing here? I should make this one the dotted line here, right? And this one the solid line, because we're more clearly in this trend now than the other. We've broken beneath that. But if the stock market bounces early this week, then we can get a recovery here and get back above this line and back into this trend. And if we can stay back above this line, Bitcoin's bullish trend will continue, and the bottom is in. The bottom is in. What does that mean? That means that only time will tell. That means that it's inconclusive, that the technical analysis on this chart is inconclusive. And I've watched all kinds of technical analysts on YouTube, and half of them say the bottom is in, the recovery is in play, and the other half say the bottom is not even close to in, so don't get your hopes up. Which is it? And the answer is, we'll see. We'll see. This is part of the price. This is part of the price of being in the crypto market. However, when we get to the second question of how to protect your assets, you don't start trying to protect your assets at the bottom. Because even if we do tank here, if you survive this long, right? If you held through this whole garbage here, now's not the time to falter, right? You already held through a 72% all the way down to the bottom is a 75% almost drop. And you're worried about going down a few more $1,000? If we came down to test the bottom of this, that would take us from 74.36% to 76. You're worried about another 2%? And let's say we break lower, let's say we break massively lower, get down to 80%. Bitcoin has dropped 80% twice before. This would be the third time. So I'm not worried about whether or not we're at the bottom or not. The mistake that we tend to make is trying to protect our assets at the bottom instead of trying to protect our assets at the top. Hear me on this. You got to hear me out to the end of this video. Because when you're trying to protect your assets at the bottom, you tend to miss the bottom. Just when you think, nope, it's going to go lower, and you're holding on to your dry powder, waiting for it to drop lower, then boom, the market takes off. And you think, man, why didn't I just buy in? It was only a few more $1,000s down anyway, and that was temporary, right? The place to protect your assets is when you are in profit. This is really the game of cryptocurrency investing. You buy in when you buy in, but you do not sell at a loss. The answer to the question, how do I protect my money and not lose money in the crypto space? Do not sell at a loss. That's it. That's my rule. I will not sell at a loss. If I buy and it tanks, I buy more. And if it tanks again, I buy more again. If it tanks again, I'll buy the dip. I'll buy the dip of the dip. I'll buy the dip of the dippity dip. I'll buy the dippity dip of the dippity dippity dip. And then I'll wait for my investments to become profitable. That is the true cost of investing in the crypto market. And in fact, this is the cost of succeeding in any area of life. You got to get luck out of your head. You got to get luck out of your mind. You've got to position yourself to profit in valuable places in life. And you position yourself by making investments, but not only making investments, but having the courage and the patience to wait for those investments to become profitable. And if you do that, you'll protect your investments, you'll protect your assets, and you'll have a healthier, happier life. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, if you enjoyed the content I provided here, please do me a favor and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment to let me know what you thought of this content. Check out my podcast at aboutthebee.com. My name is Benjamin Robinson. They call me the Bishop of the Blockchain, the Bishop of Bitcoin, the pastor of the cryptosphere, because I offer insights for life that will empower you to live at a higher level, and I use these crypto charts to get those assets. So once again, thanks so much for watching. Above all, make it your aim to sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. This is CryptoGenic, signing out.